either way. And I don't think one is so much more favored against the Rogue Mage that it tilts the lineup in anybody's favor. So, pretty close matchup. Very similar to what we saw last time with Language Hacker, with some slight differences. But, maybe you're right. Maybe it does come down to that Priest, whether or not that can get a win.
Well,
starting off with Mage versus Rogue.
We have another Mage versus Rogue matchup. And the mulligan for No Hands is a little bit slow, so ETC does have an opportunity here. He does have 2 Sorcerer's Apprentice available right now, as well as the Violet Spell Wing. I'm not sure how good Ray of Frost is early, so he ends up throwing it away. And that's a much better looking hand. Wow.
That hand is straight up gas.
Right, it's the juice.
That is the juice right there.
Oh, the Mermy. Not quite as good as Mana Cycle and Sorcerer's Apprentice, but I mean, No Hands has playable cards. It's better than the Colossus of Moon.
Yeah, I'll take a playable card anytime. That Mermy might actually have some impact on this game, whereas Colossus of the Moon, he died before he even had the mana to play it.
True.
I wonder if there's... I was thinking of what's the thought process here? I kind of just want to bank this Violet Spelling while I can. And then maybe try and get advanced in the next couple turns. But this game's looking pretty straightforward, at least from ETC's perspective. It's just dependent on if he wants to kind of pop off on turn 3 or turn 4. Depends on his next couple of draws. Depends on what he thinks that he'll need mana for in the coming turns. But already 3 spells for that Mana Cyclone. Make that 4, potentially 5.
And now ETC pretty much just has to plan out how he wants to do this. Okay. Full-on greed. I can appreciate that.
My heart starts racing every time I see just a pink pass with a hand like this. Oh.
Yeah? Oh, TJ is frothing. Yeah, overall from this spot, it does seem like ETC is just going to go off, and it's up to No Hands to respond to this hand. And the Mage with this kind of opening is just some of the hardest to stop in the entire game. ETC's taking some time. If you're going to go for it, you have to kind of go quickly, and ETC's taking a while.
He's worried about play
could
dries.
also just set something up, like he could just play some card and Wand Thief to go for it, or just play Lab Partner, for example. Okay. Like it's all okay so far.
Yeah. I like the test there because there's not a good way to test for dirty tricks versus plagiarize. Like, if you want to go off anyway, you could coin first, and if it's dirty tricks, then you can just go nuts. But if it's plagiarized, then you just use your coin for nothing, which feels bad. So I like just the test for plagiarize by playing it slow, because at this point, with that kind of hand, he's only incentivized for even getting greedier here. All right, so now it's time to go. Another magic trick. Holy moly. Just blast off, lift off, whatever. I don't know the terminology. Ray of Frost. This is too many. 1, 2,
Just so many spells.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spells. Maybe another one from the magic trick. I guess he gets to dump a Slayer Prime. So he has room for this. Okay, Frost. Magic trick. On arcane missiles.
Explosion?
Arcane missiles.
Oh yeah, arcane missiles. Yeah. Jeez. And for a full board swing, dealing damage.
Ah!
Full hand.
Ah!
Uh,
Arcane Breath, your Astromancer Solarian, so that it doesn't get Devolving or Blackjack Standard. I guess Devolving Misses could still be a thing, but very
yeah.
unlikely. Oh my gosh, he's gonna burn a card,
I
but
would say
unless it's
that
exactly
was an
Mana
okay
Giant.
turn.
Yeah, it was reasonable. Turn 4, you know. It's acceptable. Let's just put it that way.
Potion of Illusion. Can also Cone Cold. Cone Cold just to stall out if you really feel like you need to get more tempo on your side.
Yeah.
And it has also burst damage from the hand with the Eviscerates. Gonna prioritize his own tempo. Okay, ATC does not burn the Giant, so he's okay there. Rolling Fireball looks very good in this spot. Trying to think if there's something better. Ooh, Arcane
Flak Mage and Netherwind Portal.
Yeah. I mean, that seems good as well.
What a deck. Ooh.
Jeez. Okay. Well, we could play Questing Adventurer and set things up. I think that's the first thing that NoHandsGamer was thinking about.
Yeah. What? He's only got 6 mana to work with, so he can't pump this Questing Adventure up that much. Plagiarize when you're this far behind is a pretty bad card because your opponent can just play anything to test for it and then pass over and you get no resources. Ambush and Dirty Tricks, that's good, but ETC's ending No Hand's turn with more power than he started with, unless a Blackjack Standard comes out here, which I guess it will. So it's not entirely fair to say.
The door hit you.
Yeah, it's not pretty, but it is what it is. And ETC is just so far ahead in the resource count, but he doesn't actually have too many proactive plays. And maybe these secrets can help even out the resource count some.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what they're thinking about right now.
What to do? What to do?
Just so much stuff to do, and because No Hands plays kind of the more versatile secret package, or maybe not more versatile, but more diverse is a better word. There's more things to test for. So he's kind of got to be careful. He's so far ahead in resources that all he needs to do is not give up too much to the board in return, not give too many unnecessary resources over to Language Hacker.
Yeah, that makes sense. And right now, did you say Language Hacker or NoHandsGamer?
NoHandsGamer. Sorry. I was trying to flip through deck lists, and for some reason I had the ETC versus Language Hacker series still open. That's why I paused on the Secret Passage, because I'm like,
So many.
wait a second. There's an ambush, and I don't see an ambush in this deck list. I freaked out and then got confused by their names, and it was just a mess.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, overall, I'd say that right now, No Hands is in an awkward spot because he's just kind of getting out-tempoed and outvalued. Not impossible for him to pull himself out of this kind of situation, but it is looking a little awkward at the moment.
I wonder if he needs to get just like super greedy and go for secrets here. Or not secrets here, but Shadow Jeweler Hanar, and then Shadow Step the Shadow Jeweler Hanar to go questing adventure secrets next turn, and have 2 extra mana to do it.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Because he just hit face and re-daggered, so the 2 mana was, you know, not wasted, but essentially thrown away. So I wonder, you know, those types of situations can be difficult to fully assess because, you know, what are you going to do with 2 extra mana? You know, sometimes you get 1 extra secret from that. Is that enough? But I guess that also turns into 1/1 on the questing adventure. Maybe that 1 secret is what disrupts ETC's turn. ETC's hand, while he does have a lot of value, it's kind of like disjointed value because of the fact that all of these spells are reactive, but No Hands is not giving him anything to react to because he just doesn't have too much to play. Like Potion of Illusion on this board is quite weak, to be honest. You get extra spell damage, extra Flak Mage with no secrets.
Yeah, it's what we're describing before, right? We've had these mages create tons of value, but also have nothing to really show for it to win the game. They don't actually have like direct damage, they don't have ways to generate big minions. So ETC pings and sends it over. Lab partner and Chinvala. Okay, Edwin Van Cleef in the hand. Can No Hands do something with this?
Yes. But again, he hasn't banked much mana, so if he plays Shadow Jeweler Hanar, Edwin Van Cleef, that only leaves him with 3 mana available for secrets, which is just a rogue secret and a paladin secret if he hits it. I never lie. And I don't feel like this.
You hate it, TJ.
I'm just curious where
like
the
this.
Shadow Step is headed towards, right?
Right. I get it. It's definitely like a trickier situation where you feel like you feel like you really want to get this Edwin while you can, and at the same time, though, you really still have to think about what happens when Mage just chain freezes it over and over. So, definitely one of those awkward situations, I'd say.
Well, he Shadow Steps to Hanar now. So at least he does it.
Right.
But having it delayed a turn means that Edwin Slayer gets 1 less secret in play. But at least he has a dagger, and now maybe he gets to react to what ETC does with Hanar plus secrets. Could work out. This might be better overall. But yeah, you're right. Chain freezes. I mean, that Cone of Cold is from the evocation, randomly generated. Then he's got another Blizzard in hand, another Cone of Cold in hand. No Hands is never sticking anything on the board. That's if he lives long enough to even see the rest of these freezes, which at this point seems incredibly unlikely.
Yeah, I think that right now this is just a lot of pressure and momentum going against No Hands, and he does have some freeze. He does have a way to maybe find secrets to help alter how this board can attack, like Explosive Trap and Flame Ward. That's a really good combination, particularly into his opponent's board at the moment. He started off by playing this Hanar, which implies that he is going to go for it, but he gets counterspelled, and now No Hands has no other option here. Has to freeze.
Yep.
Just a very sad state of affairs here. You know, kind of we're anticipating maybe a nice back and forth, but it just seems like the Rogue gets completely steamrolled. And I mean, ETC fans pretty happy though. You freeze this. You're leaving up 11 power on the board.
Yeah, but he takes out the Sorcerer Apprentice, which maybe he feels are more dangerous in the long run. Like, sure, if he freezes more damage immediately. But ETC needs any direct damage here. Not direct damage.
No direct damage, but has Combustion. Tag with the AoE here. I don't think he needs it. Both Blizzard and Conical do basically the same thing here.
I wonder.
Maybe worth thinking about if there's any value in holding on to these cards in case he doesn't just straight up win next turn, but he is going to, from what it looks like at the moment. And No Hands has nothing. Well, he's got a Pharaoh Cat.
That's got
Cat
Colossus
can only
the Moon
do so
written
much.
all over it.
ETC is going to start off on a 1-0 lead here.
Yep.
No Hands finds Scarab Golem. I guess No Hands is like looking to see if there's any possibility.
I guess.
And there really is not. That's going to do it. ETC 2 games away from going to the top 4.
Yeah. I mean, he got placed in Division B, but ever since then, it just feels like he's kind of been unstoppable. Top of Division B, winning through the play-in stage to actually make it to playoffs, and now up a game in the decider match that moves into the top 4. And you know, once you make the top 4, everything that's happened for the rest of the season is erased. There's no seeding. There's no nothing. It's just single elimination. You win 2 matches. You go to the World Championship. That's it. You don't have to worry about points. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. No tiebreakers. Nothing. Just some straight up best of 5 Hearthstone matches. So ETC does feel like kind of a different player when there's not as, you know, the pressure's kind of lifted, and it does even feel like that today still, even though he did say that there is more pressure on him than there has been throughout the regular season. I do feel like this is a much different ETC than, you know, what we've seen in past seasons of GM, where it felt like, you know, he would get caught in these situations where it felt like the world was crumbling down on his shoulders with how much pressure it looked like he felt in some of the regular season matches that he played. So definitely like to see it. I like to see that clean play.
Yeah, very much so. And ETC is sitting pretty right now with that 1-0 lead, but still have a lot more to play, because we might see a situation here where ETC might have a setup where maybe his Rogue is weak, right? Rogue seems to be struggling today. Rogue seems to be struggling this weekend, but maybe that's just us having confirmation bias. It's not really something that we can just say definitively right now. ETC is going to turn to a Soul Demon Hunter going to game number 2. Demon Hunter's been very rock solid and consistent so far. Lots of people enjoy it.
No Hands going with Temple Mage. Gonna try his hand at the Temple Mage. I feel like the Temple Mage is the deck that's been getting wins more consistently in the series that we've been watching.
This ends now.
Going into a tough matchup, but one that's definitely winnable.
Yeah. It's definitely winnable. I mean, part of what makes Mage strong is the fact that it can kind of pull itself out of any situation, it seems like. So yeah, definitely feel like it's a viable way to approach the matchup if you just wanted to simply take it a little bit quicker than you're used to. Mana Giant in the hand is very nice.
Yep. Play with the coin. That Mana Giant starts at 7 mana.
Right.
just how do you navigate
All right,
this?
well.
So if you played Lab Partner this turn, it means that in order to activate the Want Thief next turn, you have to use Coin or Ray of Frost, which aren't necessarily cards that you want to do. So this is definitely one of those turns where I think that just kind of passing and setting up for Lab Partner plus Want Thief next turn is more beneficial. So that way you hold on to your Rays of Frost, which are the guaranteed cheap spells that you can use for the Shinvala. Early Shinvala is a way that you can snowball the game against Demon Hunter quite effectively, because usually you can get it out slightly before they're able to get a Blade Dance big enough. Unless they curve exactly Marrow Slicer on 4 into Blade Dance.
Oh, it says explode.
Missed opportunities. If only he had just played the Lab Partner last turn, he would have been rewarded with a Lab Partner off the top to combo with this one. Bummer.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh well, maybe next time.
Yeah, maybe next time. Looks like from here, No Hands finds the Conjurer's Calling, just needs to get that major discount. Just need to find cards to get that discount. Until then, ETC is intent on full-on pressure to get his way. And I like it. Still nothing from No Hands to really make his hand pop off. The Chenvala was probably something he would love to play if it was a more clean board state. It's not.
Yeah. Just play out his minions, I suppose.
Right.
Wow. 3 weapons and a Shard Shatter Mystic. It's kind of an awkward situation, though, just because you want to remove your opponent's board, but you also remove your board. So it looks like just a Marrow Slicer clip. He's okay with taking this damage. He wants No Hands to trade into the Spirit Jailer, so he feels more comfortable playing the Shard Shatter Mystic.
Right, that makes sense.
Okay.
And now, Chenvala can summon the minions and start to pressure ETC. It might not even really come down to a Mana Giant situation, just based off the way these opening hands have looked. And No Hands going to be able to push this damage. It's a reasonable board. And the Mystic does not clean up everything by itself. Is he just going to draw every Soul Fragment? Okay.
Yeah, he's played 2 Spirit Jailers and a Marrow Slicer. If you drew every Soul Fragment there, I'd be
You don't pick the ones.
I'd be
crying.
impressed.
I would cry every time.
Yeah? You'd cry every time, TJ?
Every time. I'd cry every time.
I believe you. No Hands. Jandis Barov was something I was thinking about. I wonder if he feels like he wants to Conjurer's Calling the 5/5 instead. That's kind of like playing Jandis, actually. Because you're summoning 2 Rain of 5 drops, but they don't get punished by like 1 damage AoE. I like this.
It's also a spell that didn't start in his deck since he generated that, so it discounts the Mana Giant even further. So it doubles up. I mean, that's pretty darn good. Even though that makes his minions more expensive, he can cash in on the damage and then Conjurer's Calling it again to free up the mana that
Demons.
he's losing because of the effect of the Venture Co. Mercenary.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not too many things here for ETC to do because of the presence, the board presence. He's just got to clear stuff. Get cards out of his hand, maybe the Twin Slices and the Consume Magic. Race your opponent.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage racked up here, right? So if he goes Twin Slice, Consume Magic, pushes the 5, pushes 6,
Oh, wow. I kind of wanted to just ignore it and go face.
Yep.
Oh, wow, yeah. This gives No Hands a chance. Although this Venture Co. is making things a lot more complicated.
Yeah, maybe he's worried about like what happens if Conjurer's Calling comes down again and summons another taunt. He wants to be able to make the final push with this consume magic.
Right.
Because he still pushed a good amount of damage that turn. He just floated a mana, wasn't completely efficient. But I think it's fine.
What to do? What to do?
And I do think that it's
Yeah,
got to be a
definitely looks
Conjurer's
fine to
Calling
me.
again. It's just, do you trade or do you cash in on damage? If you don't trade, if you go face in Conjurer's Calling, there's 9 damage staring at you on board.
Runs out on me.
11 if you count the second slice that you know is there. Yeah, Gladebound Adam kills you. Alright, he's going for it. Oh, man.
Wow.
Mortuary machine.
That's awkward. Really big
that's lethal.
minion. Really annoying effect, giving minions reborn. How much damage is this?
That's lethal.
4, 7, 9, 11, 14, 15.
16, right?
Is that
Exactly.
16? Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Wow. ETC sneaking it by the mage. Gladebound at depth off the top. 1 game away from going to Championship Sunday.
ATC,
Shake
he's on
of the
fire
head.
right now. He's cruising. Like he's playing well. He's finding outs when he needs it. He's drawing well. Like he's firing on all cylinders, which is not an ETC that we're completely used to seeing on average over the course of 4 seasons of Grandmasters. But it's something that I'm trying to get used to over the course of this season. Before we say goodbye, it's just I want his run to keep going, which it looks like it might, because right now he's in a very similar situation that he was against Language Hacker, where he's up 2-0 and he's just got to find a win against Rogue or a win with Rogue. So, one of those times you're going to be on coin and Edmund Van Cleef's going to be on your opening hand.
He's got it. Surely one of these games, Seeker Rogue will get it done, right? There's no way Seeker Rogue gets swept again. Statistically impossible, TJ says. But
Did
yeah,
I say that?
ETC's
Yes,
in a position
I
to
said
do
it. I'm doubling down.
We love
There
a
is
double
no
down.
way that No Hands comes back from a 2-0 deficit.
That's right. Oh god, it's the beginning of like the no one can blow a 3-1 lead, right? There's no way this happens.
All right, go with Temple Mage
All right,
again.
No Hands going to Tempo Mage one more time. No Hands is on his last life here in this playoffs for today. Can gain more tomorrow if he's able to survive this game, this series. That opening hand on both sides looked pretty solid to me.
I want more if I'm ETC.
Okay, what do you want?
I want it all.
besides that?
I want
Okay.
the Cleef. I want it now.
You want the Cleef.
It's my Cleef, and I want it now.
Nah, you really have been hanging around your sons a lot.
877 Cleef now.
Call now.
Okay. This is a great tempo start. But ETC just, he takes it all. Keeps it all. I wanted the Cleef, but ETC disagreed, saying I'm fine with this. I only need to win 1. If we make it to game 5,
I will crush your delusion.
I'll aggressively mulligan there.
I mean, this is a conservative. Oh, baby. Oh, did someone say my name? TJ, it
Let's
hurts
calm-
so good. It
let's calm
hurts
down
so good.
many options.
Let's calm down here. How do we best plan this out? Is he just gonna go for a 6-6? Yeah, he's just going for a 6-6.
I mean,
the
it
problem with
looks
this is
pretty
that-
good, TJ.
Yeah, the problem with this is that, let's say Devolving Missile comes out. He strands his Evil Miscreant completely. He spends his next turn just using one secret. I kind of liked, just playing Dirty Tricks this turn, the next turn going with Backstab, Edwin, Shadow Step Coin Edwin. Make it big. Even if Devolving Missiles comes out, you draw 2 cards. You're not straining your Evil Miscreant because you're likely to pick up something that activates it with the Dirty Tricks available. You can play. No, you don't want to play Plagiarize there because you're going. It's too early in the game. You're going into a pretty dead turn. So the Dirty Tricks. That was my opinion on the matter. Maybe that's too all in on Edwin, but I felt like that gave you more backup plans than. All right, now what do I do that my Edwin has been dismantled? I play a secret and then do nothing. Or he can plagiarize and Shadow Step his Edwin, then play it again for a 6-6 and heals it.
Ooh, okay. I like it. Very cute. No hands. And doesn't find anything too good immediately. Do you want to just frost over this? Not worth it. The Arcane Explosion is interesting to me, though. It's like, what does it... I guess the fact that it has spell damage, so we can use it immediately. He has a chance of actually killing the Van Cleef right now. Okay. That's the plan. I think I can get behind it. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
Well, ends up not going for it, and now ETC, he is rushing out there, metaphorically and actually doing it with his rushed minions. No hands. Kind of has his back slightly to the wall here. It's very close. He's not completely cornered yet, but this is definitely not an ideal situation.
Yeah, I mean, there's some outs, right? Raz Frost Whisperer has to be dealt with. He's got Mana Cycle and some cheap spells in hand, so... Sorcerer's Apprentice picked up, Evocation picked up, another Magic Trick picked up. We could be looking at some type of comeback potential, but there will be a point of no return. Oh, Coerce. Oh,
wow. Oh, when
man.
ETZ's in the zone, he's kind of playing as if he's playing on ladder. I have queued into ETC at times, and he plays this quickly many times.
yes.
When he is laddering, and it's like when he's here, he is confident. And now No Hands very much has his back up against the wall. Arcane Missiles needs to hit Edwin one time.
Oh, he nailed it!
Wow. The Arcane Explosion pick, huge for No Hands. What? The boldest of calls. What? That's expensive. If you said that you have to give up 60% of your life, or sorry, 40% of your life in order to get extra spells here, it just shows you how much No Hands is prioritizing. Oh my God, Raspike Brood! It's so much how much is prioritizing getting this Mana Giant online, but now No Hands is in trouble. Solarian
No, he's not in trouble!
It's time.
It's
Time to prime.
It needs to be good. Kona Cold, that one's good.
Oh, it's not good enough.
That one's good.
Oh,
That one's good. I'd rather hit the minion, but I'll take it. He's got Mana Giant Conjurer's Calling next turn. Walking Fountain pops out of that bad boy. We got ourselves a game. And possibly a match.
This is crazy swingy at the moment. And yeah, don't forget, like you were talking about, there's still just the fact that Solarian Prime's on the board. Replicatortron?
So you put that in between. You don't want the Rasp Spike Brute to be replicated. Replicated.
So many options.
So, probably thinking about if he wants to pick up this trade and just go face with the Cobalt Lackey. And he does. And this is still lethal showing. But he's got
Flame Ward,
Ice Barrier and Flame Ward.
Oh, those are sick against this board, too.
Very, very good. Well, I mean, from this perspective, it does seem like, ETC is in a pretty aggressive spot, but it all could kind of come unraveling here because of the mage tempo that was generated off of Solarian Prime. It's just kind of wild to think about how swingy that card can be.
Yep.
Absolutely insane.
So, ETC does know the secrets because of the plagiarize that was up. So he can, figure out how best to navigate around.
I wonder.
First, I guess you can test for counterspell of some kind. Just gotta have to be mindful of it. If you play Power of Creation, you're asking for trouble.
Well, he knows the secrets. He got them from the plagiarize.
Oh, yeah, wait. Sorry, brain freezing here. But yeah, ETC should be fine here with the Power of Creation.
Just full redevelopment. Oh, man.
Wow, that Skystalker is really sticky.
Yeah, that is good. Whew.
So now he has the Mana Giant and the Conjurer's Calling. After mentioned Solarian, Steward of Scrolls, Kirin Tor Tricaster. I don't know if he wants to go digging for more spells or he wants to invest more into Prime.
I think the Prime. I think he was hoping for a lab partner there because if he gets lab partner, he gets to play it for free, and then he can Mana Giant Conjurer's Calling twice.
Right.
With 9 mana. But now he can't quite do that. He can mirror entity. Yeah. $13 health, 10 showing. ETC. Some lethal outs here with both Evil Miscreant and the Wand Thief.
Oh, Varisa Windrunner.
Wait, how much attack does that weapon even have?
I think it's
only
a
has
3 attack weapon.
No, it's 2 attack. It's 2 attack. It's 2 attack.
2 attack?
He's still 1 off. Like, what the heck? Yeah, still 1 off. All right. No damage.
Ray of Frost. Ray of Frost is huge.
Yep. And
Still
you can
gives
still
him the
find
ability
lethal
to freeze everything.
with Evil Miscreant. Cobalt Lackey! Oh, Goblin Lackey! Wait, you can still get it! You can Baron Geddon! Witchy Lackey with the Baron Geddon!
You're acting like he's gonna die this turn if he doesn't stabilize. Okay, whatever you do, I would absolutely not trade into the Astromancer Solarian at this point.
Wait, he can die. You trade the Astromancer Solarian. There's still a Conjure's Calling. He's at 14. There's an Apexis Blast in hand.
Woo!
Oh, he got the attack!
Oh no, he missed lethal! Oh my
Wait,
god!
How much damage is this? It's 3 plus 6? 9? Conjure's Calling if it gets... Alec here?
Woo! It's green!
Oh,
it's
no,
a
it's
rusher.
Rush! Oh my
It's
gosh.
a rusher. Wait, why did we pick the Swamp Queen Hagatha? So he can... Oh, these Skystalkers are annoying. Wow.
He's dead. I don't think there's a way. Oh, wait. No, he does, because there's a taunt, right? The Wolfang Warlord?
Time runs out on me.
Oh, man.
So...
What to do?
Wait, am I wrong?
Nah, I think you're right. This is... It doesn't look like there's a way. No hands. Looking for it. He has to ping this to try to get the taunt in the way.
Yeah. So this takes off maximum power board. Okay.
Blackjack
Stunner! That's it!
And that's gonna do it. ETC 3-0 in his last season as a Grandmaster is going to sweep NoHandsGamer, ending both Language Hacker and NoHandsGamer, 2 of the top seeds in Division A, making the miracle run from Division B and earns a spot on Championship Sunday. 3-0 for ETC. Wow, what a roller coaster watching this guy play. You really never know what to expect, and I don't think he knew what to expect off that with G-Lack. He's like, yeah, reasonable 4-drop. Oh wait, I had lethal, and then just didn't have enough time to end before the turn ended.
Yeah.
Really wacky stuff.
Yeah. Almost the ultimate punish there at the end if that was Alakir, right? Because Alakir would have been enough for lethal. Grom would have not been because he needed Apexis Blast mana and needed to enrage the Grom to get the full 14 damage. But close one. But ETC, again, just he did the miracle run. He made it through Division B, got through play-ins with only one life essentially here in the group stage. Language Hacker and No Hands, you mentioned, 2 of the most consistent players across Grandmasters this season, and making it through. And he plays against, I believe, the first seed from Division A, which is Muzzy. So